Oh, hey. Thanks for coming. Great to see you. Missed you. Welcome. Glad you're here. This is the house. You might have been here before. Hey, by the way, kitchen is over here. If you're hungry, help yourself to anything that's in the fridge. We'll have some food and drink later on. The living room. And the long hall to the concert area. Oh, later on if you need it, the loo is right through there. Et voila! Come on in. Man, it seems like it's so long since we've seen you. It's great to see you now. So I hope your drive was good. Not too long. And our road up here is a little crazy, a little daunting sometimes. Hey, look, I'm going to go get changed, and the concert is going to start in just a few minutes, all right?
Hello. Thanks for joining us.
Hi there.
Did you enjoy the goofy intro video? And how about that virtual hug from Aiden?
Yes, of course you enjoyed that.
As your camera person, I can tell you that it was a pretty decent hug.
Good to hear.
So thank you for joining us for the kickoff of our album release tour. We begin the tour in Cleveland, South Carolina.
Hello, Cleveland! South Carolina.
So what we have planned for you tonight is a multi-camera, a multimedia extravaganza that uses all of our limbs and more brain power than we actually possess. That's what we have planned. Whether it actually goes off according to plan, who knows, but we're going to give it a shot. So the new album is called Evidence of Hope, which might seem like a strange title after the year that we have had. But it turns out in this very strange year, we found a lot of places where there was hope. And one of the first places we discovered that was in our music community. Musicians got together, helped each other out, supported each other in all sorts of ways behind the scenes. And on the first song on the album, we asked 3 people to sing some backup. Joe Jenks, Siobhan Quinn, and Michael Bowers. And not only did they send us a regular old backup track, they sent us this choir of angels. It was really pretty amazing. Bet my mother never thought my daughter would still fight to speak her mind, to have a say in her own civil rights. When men declare her voice categorically dismissed, there will always be women who persist. There will always be women who persist. There will always be women who persist. I hope you all are singing along. My forefathers came by ship, together with their clan. Architects of their own dreams, was this part of the plan? For every thug who guards the gate with a raised, clenched fist, there will always be men who coexist. There will always be, there will always be men who coexist. There will always be, there will always be men who coexist. One misguided spark falls on tinder to ignite a raging fire growing much too big to fight. Malicious mobs may tattoo numbers on the wrists. There will always be angels in our midst. There will always be, there will always be angels in our midst. There will always be, there will always be angels in our midst. Be a woman who persists, be a man who coexists. Be an angel, be an angel, be an angel in our midst. There will always be, 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 there will always be angels in our midst. So during the year, we, and probably you, had to face a lot of fears. Fear of the unexpected, fear of doing things that we didn't know how to do yet. We began this whole lockdown year by launching a Patreon account, and we agreed that we would post a video every month. Even though neither of us had ever really done any video composition before, we just dove right in. I should backtrack and tell you that the first fear that we faced was setting up a Patreon account and actually saying, hey, we could use some help. I'm not sure we'd ever done that before, and it was freaking terrifying. And for all the people who quickly stepped up and helped, thank you. It really helped calm our fears quite a bit. But so we dove in with the whole video thing, and we developed some new skills. It took a while, and people were patient with us. But so it turns out that there are absolutely real, concrete things to fear in the world. But for me, anyway, about half of the things that I was afraid of just existed in my own head. They were very vivid and they seemed very real, but they weren't actually out there in the real world. So, on the album, Cheryl Prashker plays drums or percussion on almost all of the tracks. And we knew Cheryl, but we'd never played with her before, and it was really exciting to do this remotely and see what she brought to each song, and she really brought it to each song. This morning I remembered I could fly, strong black wings against clear blue sky. I got tired, looked down from the air, scarecrows everywhere. Scarecrows, scarecrows everywhere. Poor bird can't get no rest. Scarecrows, scarecrows everywhere. Has a poor bird to build a nest. I was never one to push my luck. Stayed within the boundaries of the old deal that was struck. I knew the consequences if I dared. Scarecrows everywhere. Scarecrows, scarecrows everywhere. Poor bird can't get no rest. Scarecrows, scarecrows everywhere. Has a poor bird to build a nest. Over the next hillside, catch a draft. It'll carry me forward, but there's no turning back. I see fields of sunflower down there. And scarecrows everywhere. Scarecrows, scarecrows everywhere. Poor bird can't get no rest. Scarecrows, scarecrows everywhere. Has a poor bird to build a nest. Too tired for flight, too weak to fight. It's been a beautiful ride. Good night. On my last descent, I extend my claw. Hey, they're just old clothes filled with straw. Scarecrows, scarecrows everywhere. Poor bird can't get no rest. Scarecrows, scarecrows everywhere. Has a poor bird to build a nest. Has a poor bird to build a nest. Has a poor bird to build a nest.
Thanks.
Thank you. So, speaking of video, as I was, we did a video for the next song in which Aiden appears as an animated bear.
I'm not sure I knew that was me.
Would you think you were the bunny and I was the bear? Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. Now, the bear does more work, so it had to be you.
Okay.
So Tracy Grammer, another musician who we've known and played at places together, but not ever actually played together.
At the same time.
At the same time, right? Tracy Grammer plays on this song, and she did a fantastic job. I got a little work to do around my house. Dust bunnies in the corner, big enough to scare a real mouse. Nothing's gonna get clean around here if I don't do my part. I got a little work to do. I guess I better start. I got work to do. I guess I better start. I got work to do. I guess I better start. I got a little work to do around my yard. Weeds growing everywhere make tomatoes work too hard. Nothing good will ever grow around here if I don't do my part. I got a little work to do. I guess I better start. I got work to do. I guess I better start. I got work to do. I guess I better start. I got a little work to do around my town. Cracks in public buildings might bring this whole thing down. Nothing's gonna get fixed around here if I don't do my part. I got a little work to do. I guess I better start. I got work to do. I guess I better start. I got work to do. I guess I better start. Never thought I'd matter much with just two small hands and a personal touch. Oh, I looked around for goodness sake. One more little push might be all it takes. We got a little work to do around this place. You and me together might be all it takes. We can set things right round here if we do our part. We got a little work to do. I guess we better start. We got work to do. I guess we better start. We got work to do. I guess we better start. I got work to do. I guess I better start. And you got work to do. I guess you better start. We got work to do. We got work to do. We've got work to do. So, whoops. A couple of weeks ago, we did a church service for a Unitarian Universalist church. And we were weaving words and songs together about the world opening up again and what that might feel like and how we might face that as a challenge. And I spoke a bit about the world returning to normal, and that perhaps we should remember what was normal. Certainly the good things, but it really wasn't all good, was it? Two daughters, 9 years old, 5 3/4. I dropped them at school. I waved goodbye till they're with their friends and their teachers safe inside. Downtown there's traffic. We're all moving slow. I catch the news on public radio. Hold my breath, then release. Not our town, not their school. And I'll weep for the parents who just learned that this life is cruel. Calling one man and a loaded gun. The girls are in bed now. Watch the evening news. There's no talk of mothers or children, just two sides in a fight we all lose. Calling one man a traitor for what he has done. Tried to put a law between a child and a loaded gun. I am a mother. I have two daughters, 9 years old, 5 3/4. Michael Ronstadt played cello on that song on the album, and he really adds the perfect emotion to that part. Back when we used to travel, remember that?
I remember those days.
We would travel around the country and around the world, and we met parents from all over the place. And they're all exactly the same in one way. They all just want a good life for their kids. And we also had the great privilege and joy of doing a lot of concerts for kids. And we continue to do those online. And it's really just delightful to see how kids embrace their cultural identity wherever they may have come from or where their parents or grandparents they're still all American kids. I mean, really, no matter how long they've been here, it's amazing how quickly kids become very American. But also I like to see that they're proud of their ethnicity as well. If you are from South Florida, one of our frankly, you could be from anywhere and know Jennings and Keller. Dana Keller plays on this song. Oh, wait a second. Harmonica. Harmonica. See, whether we are in your living room, in your venue, or here in our own home, some things never change. I always forget the harmonica. Rosalinda, I'm watching you sleep. You are the promise I aim to keep. Hold my love in your heart. Let it set you free. Rosalinda, dare to dream. Let me I tell you something? I know in my bones there are worse things about living than dying alone. Spent too long holding on to something already gone. Rosalinda, be strong. Oh, Rosalinda. Oh, Rosalinda. Oh, Rosalinda. I gave you your grandmother's names. Both of those women carry hope in their veins. They are gone from us now, but their spirit remains. Rosalinda, carry that flame. Oh, Rosalinda. Oh, Rosalinda. Oh, Rosalinda. Oh, Rosalinda. Oh, Rosalinda. Oh, Rosalinda. So, when I talk about parents from all over the world, I'm talking about our parents. Our parents. Our parents are both immigrants. I mean, your parents are both immigrants. One of my parents. You're a first generation American, and I'm a half first generation American. Is that right? I'm not sure whether it's my top half or my bottom half or my left or my right, but yes. And we are fortunate that when our parents showed up here, they were more or less welcome here. By the light of the moon, we slipped away from our homes. Put all our hopes in the well of a small wooden boat. 5 days and nights we rode in shifts. In unguarded moments let our spirits lift. By luck or by providence, we stayed afloat. Just before dawn, the first watch spotted land. Oars in the water, we need every hand. My arms were aching, my dress was soaked through, but the promise of freedom began to feel true. By luck or by providence, waves pushed us to sand. As the first rays of sunlight crest the horizon, a crowd began shouting from shore. Turn back, we all cried, we are not safe anymore. The man we call Captain jumped in, he did not hesitate. He's through running and hiding, he'll face whatever awaits. After a moment, my faith beat my doubt. What if they're guiding us in, not pushing us out? By luck or by providence, I choose my fate. Can you hear Nomad playing accordion on that?
If you have the album, you have.
If you don't have the album, why not? Why not?
That's a very good question.
It is available everywhere that you buy music. That's not really true if there's a record store in your town. It's not there. However, it is available on our website for purchase or download, like purchase of an actual thing, booklet and CD, a pretty substantial booklet.
Oh, it's a good book.
And also for downloading, and if you stream, it should be on all the streamy places. You can tell I don't stream, right? Anyway, the details are in the description of this whatever live stream thingy. So you know how you'll be lying in bed at night, sleeping, and the voice inside your head will wake you up and say, Henry wrote letters. No, just me? Because when I try to go back to sleep, the voice wakes me up again and says, Henry wrote letters in deliberate script. Are you the voice in my head all this time?
It's
I didn't
possible.
know. Talking in your sleep. So I know that unless I write this down, the voice will keep waking me up and I won't get any sleep. So I write it down and I go to sleep. And the next day, there's this note. And I don't know what it means, so I Google it. And it isn't there on Google. But I do discover that Henry VIII wrote letters, love letters, to Anne Boleyn, and that they are stored in the Vatican Museum. And the thing that interests me about that is that, well, we get a little glimpse into Henry the man versus Henry the king, I suppose. But also that they kept the letters. That even if we're not royalty, there's some value to ink on paper, the expression of words written down. And I don't know that we will have that same affection for electronic letters. I think perhaps not. So we are still fans of paper and ink. Henry wrote letters in deliberate script, considered how each word would form on Marjorie's lips. Each week he selected the most interesting part to show her what filled up his days and what filled up his heart. Henry and Marjorie left a rich legacy, paper and ink, a handwritten library. Henry and Marjorie let us glimpse in to see the very first draft of our family history. Marjorie read them each 2 or 3 times, discovered new things about Henry between every line. She tested the limits of margins and social convention, opinions and intimate details she dared to mention. Henry and Marjorie left a rich legacy, paper and ink, a handwritten library. Henry and Marjorie, let us glimpse in to see the very first draft of our family history. They wrote to the children, who replied by email. Digital typeface on screen without prose or detail. They wrote to the grandkids, who answered by text. Cartoons and abbreviations, were there any words left? Henry and Marjorie left a rich legacy, paper and ink, a handwritten library. Henry and Marjorie, let us glimpse in to see the very first draft of our family history. Henry's last letter to his first great-grandchild. She doesn't read just yet, but she will in a while. She'll reach back generations, draw a line to her past, and for one devoted reader write stories that last. Henry and Marjorie left a rich legacy, paper and ink, a handwritten library. Henry and Marjorie, let us glimpse in to see the very first draft of our family history. So you get to a certain age, and you start to lose friends. We're not at that age. We shouldn't be at that age, and yet here we are at that age. We have lost some friends far too early. They were very, very young and very vibrant people. And I suppose that's a weird place to find hope, isn't it? But these friends of ours, they were given a timeline. And they somehow found it within themselves to live. Squeeze every drop out of it. Live every minute of every day. And that was really inspiring. And at the time, I thought we really learned from that. We really took that experience to heart. Didn't you feel like we did that?
Yeah, certainly.
And how do you feel now? Yeah. And after this year, I feel like, wow, we didn't get that at all. We got like a tiny little percentage of it. And after this year, I feel like we got it a little bit more. I'm sure we haven't gotten it all, but we're a little closer to appreciating life and making sure we live every minute of it. We got the phone call, took in the hard news. We cursed and we shouted, reversed and we doubted, but we could not refuse. Our days are counted, and not done yet. We make plans with a deadline, our hands work against time. We don't hedge our bets. I won't settle for anything less. Please don't settle for anything less. A full measure of laughter, big thrills and heartaches, no regrets, nothing less. When we were just kids, that long summer day, flew our bikes up the dirt road down to the swimming hole, worked hard at our play. When did we grow up, get good at the game? Did what was expected, the rest was neglected, or the day it might rain? I won't settle for anything less. Please don't settle for anything less. A full measure of laughter, big thrills and heartaches, no regrets, nothing less. Now we watch the sunrise turn into sunset. Reclined on the front porch, firefly lights his torch, and if that's all we get, I won't settle for anything less. Please don't settle for anything less. A full measure of laughter, big thrills and heartaches, canoes out on Silver Lake, no bad books or movies, more chocolate cake, the good wine in the good glasses, and no regrets. So the cool thing about getting to this age is that you have time to reconnect with friends who you've lost a little bit of time with, right? Lost touch with just a little bit. And we were able to do that on this recording. A keyboard player who we had played in a band with in Florida, Pete Levine, who's awesome and we love him, played on several tracks on this CD, and it's been fun working with him. But I have to say, there was this little, how come we couldn't have been in the room doing this as we used to do? But we're glad that however he managed to get on this record, he's on it. Yay. So I feel like we lost cameras 3 and 4, possibly. Don't really know.
Who knows?
All right, so I'm not gonna. Well, probably won't switch to them. I might do it accidentally. One of them's on my side, one of them's on your side. So if we go to a blank screen, nothing bad has happened.
You'll still hear us.
Yes. Hang on. Every time. Every time. Monica. So, yeah, you get to this age. And you've seen protests, and you've been at marches, and you'd think by now, I mean, there's been lawsuits, there's been testimony. You'd think by now we're done with it, but we're not done with it. And every time a woman speaks up and says, this happened to me on the job, there's always somebody who says, well, why'd you wait so long to speak up? And I want you to know that I want to slap those people. Like when the world opens up and I'm face to face with them, you're going to have to hold my hands down by my side, otherwise I'm going to slap people. We don't speak up because it's a big risk and we're often too powerless and not in a position to do it when it happens. So for all of the women out there who choose to speak up when you can, thank you. There are 4 women who sang with us and lent their voices to this song. Cheryl Prashker, Carrie Miner, Karen Oliver, and Deb Cowan all sang on the end of this song. I'm hearing you now singing along. Called your bluff. I never said enough is enough. Pushed it down deep, 'cause that's what we do. Boys will be boys, what's the use? I'm talking now, way past due. I'm talking now, speaking my truth. I'm talking now, I'm talking now, I'm talking now. I never stood my ground, let myself be pushed around. I kept my head down, worked extra hard, but the old boys club is still in charge. So I'm talking now, way past due. I'm talking now, speaking my truth. I'm talking now, I'm talking now, I'm talking now. Why is the deck still stacked? 10 years and it feels like we backtracked. She's got too much to lose, that's part of the plan. She can't take the risk that I can. So I'm talking now, way past due. I'm talking now, speaking my truth. I'm talking now, I'm talking now, I'm talking now. Called your bluff, but today enough is enough. We're talking now, way past due. We're talking now, speaking our truth. We're talking now, we're talking now, we're talking now. We're talking now, way past due. We're talking now, speaking our truth. We're talking now, we're talking now, we're talking now. We're talking now, we're talking now, we're talking now. Thank you so much for being here. This is the first time that we have played all of the songs on the album in a row in front of anybody, so this is pretty exciting for us. We hope you've enjoyed it so far. And if you have the album, you might be wondering what we're going to do with this next song. Again, if you don't have this, why not?
Yes, why not? You should have it.
Yes. Also, I
Sounds
should
good.
say in the description, along with where you can get said album, which would be a fantastic way to support us, there is also a tip jar, which is absolutely positively not required, and you should just enjoy the show and feel good about that. But if you decide you feel like you must throw something in a tip jar, there's information on that there. So
Much appreciated.
the last song is called Robin, and you might think, are we just going to do this with two of our voices and not the rest of the voices? But no, we're not going to do that. We presented with that problem. We turned to techno wizardry. I can't even say it, and I can't do it, but Aiden is our techno wizard.
We'll see about that.
Yes, we shall see about that. But I think he's got it down, and I'm pretty excited and a little nervous about this. And I don't have my headphones.
This is going to require headphones.
This is going to require headphones and a little button pushing. So.
And a lot of button pushing for sure. Headphones.
Robin laid her eggs here late last spring. Beautiful things, oh, beautiful little things. Turquoise shells scent scattering. Delicate things, oh, delicate little things. Did they break in joy or suffering? Mysterious things, oh, mysterious little things. We fill in the story in the absence of truth. The details, the doubt, and the proof. We find an ending, the one that we need to give voice to our hopes and our dreams. She arrives again on tired wings. Reliable things, oh, reliable little things. Unaware, the odds are staggering. Uncommon things. fledgling gone before we hear it sing. Ethereal thing, liberating. Oh, let freedom ring.
We hope you enjoyed that.
That looked like it worked here. We hope it worked there. Thank you again for being here to celebrate the newest album from Friction Farm, Evidence of Hope. I hope you've been enjoying it and the booklet. We worked pretty hard on both of those things. I have thanked all the musicians, but I have not thanked Mark Dan. Mark Dan is the brilliant person who mixed and mastered the album, and I don't really feel like we could make recorded music without him. He's smart and kind, and he puts up with us, and he's very, very skilled. So thanks, Mark. Once again, thank you for being here. Thank you for being in our audience and being in our lives. We miss you guys a lot, and we can't wait till we get to see you in person.
So we're Friction Farm. I'm Aiden.
And if the we use all of our gear to do this stuff, and so we can't see any chat or whatever, but if there's still comments at the bottom, I don't really have any idea how this works. If they're there when we are done, we will read them all. And so I'm Christine. We are Friction Farm.
Thanks.
Bye.